Dear Diary, we are about to set out to find the entrance of the temple in the distance. I begin to suspect neither I nor my associates will make it. Seismic activity is worsening as we get closer, as if the jungle could feel our presence. Something is alive in there. Could the legend speak true? Is the tomb of Kukulkan really where the feathered serpent god is buried? Maybe it is just imprisoned, waiting for fools like us to give it a way out. Hold yourself together, Teodoro. Your crew needs you. This evening, we will find the tomb of Kukulkan at last. May God bless us all, even if I am afraid that he may not be the only god after all.
Hello everyone, I am Yan, your favorite friendly Frenchman, and welcome back to Belleflore, our realistic French megapark. In the last episode we finished Wild Water, our American area, with the biggest addition to the park yet, and with that done, it's time to finally start a new themed land, La Serpiente. And today we're starting this free episode arc of building our Mexican area with an immersive expedition down the jungle to find an ancient Mayan temple hiding a relentless Vekoma STC. So, if you're excited, let me know by leaving a like on the video, comment hiss down below, and subscribe to the channel so that you can see the next episodes and the end of the series in a few months. From Wild Water, we can take a bridge next to our lemonade stand to get to the jungle of La Serpiente, and the opening read of the area is as follows. We arrive to an ancient ruined centerpiece with a representation of the feathered serpent god, an outpost with a radio tower, and in the distance, deep in the jungle, we can see a temple which will be our Winnie for the area. Oh, and I almost forgot, we also get a view on the lift hill and the first drop of our STC and its first element, an extra long 0G roll going over our plaza inspired by the one on House Supercop at Tripstrill, which goes over Voldam Station. A nice first impression, isn't it? A little further on our plaza, perpendicular to the outpost building, is a little stand that sells drinks and ice cream called Survival Supplies in Spanish. You may have noticed the decals on our pathing, and that is because La Serpiente has been ravaged by multiple earthquakes in a short amount of time. That's why this shop is here in the area story, and why there are a handful of tables nearby next to the STC's forceful turn inspired by Nemesis's famous helix. As for the outpost, this is a research station to monitor the earthquakes and a queue line for this area's first flat ride, Sissmómetro. Yes, I finally found a use for the little dipper from the parade's back, and I transformed it into the radio tower I showed you a moment ago. The queue for this ride tells the story of what happened through a lot of show-don't-tell elements, the broken windows, the broken seismometer that sparks, the recordings of previous quakes. All of that gives us a good idea of what happened here. But there isn't just tragedy here. This is a place of life where people were playing card games and darts, and they had a board to see who won the most games, which features the people who have donated during the streams when I was building this area, and the more they did, the higher up they ended up on the leaderboard. We've also got a few adventure items taken from the beautiful Imaginaria, a community collab resort helmed by Wix, including this beautiful world map where I've left the code for their park, so go check it out and give them some love. With the small seismometer being fried by the recent seismic activity in the area, a new experimental one has been added to the radio tower to more accurately measure the magnitude of future earthquakes, and as a rider, you happen to be on it while one occurs. I've gotta say, having such smaller flat rides is incredible, and I hope we'll get more of those with the upcoming DLCs, as they really complete a park with tamer and more compact offerings that are easier to fit within a packed lineup like Belleflore's. As we leave Sissmómetro, we go deeper into the jungle where the path splits into two. The one on the right leads to a construction wall that will soon become the village of La Serpiente, and the other leads to the dig site of our expedition by going under the coaster's overbank turn. This is where we find the master view for Kukulkan, with the lift hill and the temple in the distance, the ride in the background and the dig site in the foreground. But just before we actually head towards the temple, let's have a look at Ruinas de Splash, a splash pad set in ancient ruins awoken by the tremors of the earthquakes, which are causing a bunch of supernatural aquatic happenings. Here you will find the interactive water blasters I introduced in the last episode, a tiny water slide, and a Kukulkan head spitting water at the plaza, where a water jet sequence will make you want to cross through the ruins on a hot summer's day. Oh, and I reused 10 Pilots' dryer blueprint once again and recolored them to fit the ruin aesthetic so that the park can make money off of guests mindlessly getting soaked in there. That's not true, they're just for show in game actually, but they look cool and realistic. But I think it is time to go back to our dig site and go on an expedition to find Teodoro Alejandro Velázquez, who went missing last night since he went out looking for the temple. We've got cool details here like a custom old-fashioned card, the right sign being dug up like this head of Kukulkan, and this table with the adventurer's journal and the map that led him to the temple, which as you're about to see depicts the Q's journey towards the entrance. First, we head into the jungle and avoid the chasms that the earthquakes have caused that our coaster is coincidentally going through. We eventually arrive to a big ruin right underneath the lift hill and the first drop. This looks like it used to be a home when the Mayan civilization was still around, with pottery from that time still cluttering the place. We then arrive to a waterfall where an old rope bridge leads us to the temple entrance we were looking for. The music cuts out as we venture inside. There is only us and the temple now. There are traces of Teodoro's adventuring party and their progress in the temple in this first room. It looks like they found a solution to this puzzle, a pressure plate maze. You better stay behind the ropes or you may end up impaled on one of those spikes. After that, they got to a corridor with mechanisms that shot poisonous darts at them. Some are even still lodged in the wall. It looks like they used some sort of wax to stop the mechanism from firing. Clever. What's next then? Oh no, it looks like a collapsing ceiling full of spikes and that they were trapped here and the ceiling got so low that it claimed someone's hat. They tried to dig their way through the walls of the room and one of the holes led to something else. There it was, the tomb of Kukulkan, and inside the feathered serpent god awaited, awoken since being disturbed by Teodoro and his crew, so it went on a rampage, causing earthquakes in the area, ravaging the jungle, furious of what mere humans were able to do to it. This may be my best station I've ever done thus far. Almost all of the lighting is animated with sequencers when the train departs and arrives, and speaking of the train, this might also be one of the best trains I've done yet. I started by modifying Frontier's base STC to add the swinging mechanism that real-life trains have and join the seats together with that little horizontal pole. Then I went on to create the front car, which the enthusiasts among you will recognize to be inspired by Tequani Beast mixed with Storm the Dragon Legend for the inverted aspect. The eyes are glowing for that ominous presence, and it follows that same Mayan style we saw on the head statue earlier, plus it has got feathers on its head, otherwise it wouldn't be much of a feathered serpent. Feathers that you will find on the back of the other cars which make up the body of the snake, and the final touch was to add wheel covers that followed the same design philosophy, and I added train and row numbers to those. As for the station itself, it's very inspired by Black Mamba at Phantasialand, with wooden beams camouflaging the supports but with an overall more Mayan-inspired look for its architecture with harsh straight lines. For once, on the other side of the station, I did not make an interior for the operator booth since the in-game one is hidden within the wall, but I have done automatic back storage that opens a different compartment depending on which train is in the station. Sadly, this is just for show as I couldn't find a way to make it functional. But enough about the station already. You're all here for one thing, and it is to ride this 2019 Vekoma STC, so my friends, get a seat in the maw of Kukulkan and brace yourselves. Welcome back to the station. I don't know about you, but I'm glad we're out of this creepy dark snake pit that is the brake run. Kukulkan is indeed a 2019 Vekoma STC, which is rewriting history in Belleflore's universe to make it the first STC in the world instead of Supercup at Tripstrill, which marks the start of a great working relationship between the Belleflore family and Vekoma over the next decade. You've already seen the next milestone of that relationship in the last episode with Off-Road Trek, our 2023 Vekoma LIM family launch coaster, and you'll see 2 more Vekoma products being welcomed to the park before the end of the series, one of which is a Vekoma boomerang that'll debut in the next episode, which has been built alongside the STC as they often are in real life. But back to Kukulkan. It is a 720 meters long coaster that's 2,362 feet for my feet lovers out there, which is a little less than Supercup at Tripstrill, likely because of our more compact brake run and transfer track setup. The layout was built first and all the interactions were built after it was done with a strict clearance envelope for safety purposes. We can't take any chances when it comes to feet choppers, and as you've just seen, there are a ton of them. My favorite has got to be the one interacting with the lake, where I've built a Manta-inspired water effect when the train passes by the beach, but of course the interactions where Kukulkan has dug through the terrain are also very iconic. So, we found our culprit. The increasingly stronger earthquakes are caused by a furious feathered serpent god taking his revenge on humanity, who imprisoned it in a tomb for hundreds of years. If by any chance you happen to be among the happy few who escaped his wrath, you will take your belongings back with you and head out along a corridor where you will find a shop to buy your right photo and this adorable little snake plushie that is our first addition to La Serpiente's shelf at the park's main gift shop. As you escape the temple, you finally see daylight once again and you cross a bridge under the final part of the coaster, which leads to the toilet of the dick side. That's right, you gotta relieve yourself after all these emotions. And that is also where you'll be able to find an entrance to the village in the next episode. But for now, with a backstage access next to our toilets, let's have a quick look at how all this looks from the backstages. Oh yeah, you can't see any of this when you're immersed in the jungle, can you? This massive L-shaped show building is what houses the indoor queue line, the station right underneath the temple facade, as well as the brake run, transfer track, and maintenance bay for Kukulkan. I am so proud of this project and how it elevates Belleflore to yet another level of theming. In our park's 30-year-long story, this is the project that turned it into an international destination. Dare I even say a resort? But my friends, this is all I have for you all today. If you're interested to see how this area develops, you should definitely subscribe to the channel, and if you've enjoyed what you've seen, leave a like on the video and comment hiss down below. This new version of the park has been uploaded to the workshop, so you can download it with the share code on your screen or simply update it if you've already installed the previous version. If you appreciate what I do, you can also consider supporting the channel by becoming a channel supporter to get sneak peeks at what I'm working on, and you can even become a VIP supporter to get early access to POVs and chat with me daily about my progress in the VIP Discord chat. You can see all of the legends who joined already here within Belleflore, and if you'd like to join these fine folks, the link to do so is in the description, where you'll also find the link to join my Discord server. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Yan, your favorite friendly Frenchman, and as always, you've been awesome, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Belleflore. Bye.